Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, friends. Today, there are so many users of social media from among teenagers. This means with the core of children being less enthusiastic about learning and the many negative impact of social media on adolescents. Okay, today we are talking about the danger of social media for teens. To start our conversation today, I am welcome to let Hendra start first.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, I'm Hendra. Now, I will argue about the impact of social media on teenagers. The influence of social media on teens. Social media seems to have become an addiction for Indonesian people, especially teenagers. Today, teenagers are synonymous with smartphone in the hand of almost 24 hours. The social media most often used by teenagers such as Facebook, Twitter, page, YouTube, Instagram. This social has its own advantage and interest for its user. Social media often a lot of convenience that make teenager feels at home using it for a long time. According to Chris Gerard, social media is a tool, service, and communication that facilitates the relationship between people and one one another and has a lot of enthusiasm, including teenager, even underage people who already have personal social media account. The emergency of various kinds of social media has had a direct effect, but positive and negative. The development of social media is very fast because everyone can own their own media. If for traditional media such as newspaper, television, or radio requires a lot of capital and a lot of labor, then is then it is very different from social media. Social media user can early access using the internet network for a small fee and do it yourself easily. Social media user among adults can have a direct effect, but positive and negative. Teens who frequently use social media can interfere with their learning process. For example, when they are learning, chat notification from their friend can interfere with their learning process. The habit of a teenager who chirps on social media is sometimes just complaining about how difficult the lesson they are doing. Therefore, teenager as the most active user and almost everyday use social media directly message or information and social media spread very quickly among teenagers. The immature maturity of adult skin thinking has a negative effect on uh, bad information that social media. As we know, social media is a place for teenager to express freedom to of expression, be it in the form of picture or message that are something misleading. Information that is spread throughout social media is regularly listened to, leading to opinion formation among adult skin. One example, an office account only quote a page whose content only discuss the sweetness of dating relationship, an image of an ideal boyfriend and other. The account routine of posting message like that indirectly only direct to focus of adult skin attention, which only leads to dating rather than about school. Who does know social media? Everyone must know social media for from elementary school children to grandparents. They are familiar with the name social media. Every hour their eyes are only on their smartphone, both for opening email, Facebook, Twitter, and other. Is there any influence from social media on the development of today young generation? It is positive and negative for teenager. The following are the positive and negative impact of using social media. Positive impact: keeping in touch with family or relative who are far away and have not seen each other for a long time. Then doubt social media this can be done. As learning and teaching research, social media has enormous impact. We can browse and learn his knowledge there because the internet has many topic and the later source of knowledge. By searching for a topic on the internet, you are one step ahead when starting learning in class. Information dissemination of media. Only a few minutes after the incident, we can enjoy the information. Explain the network of friends. By using social media, we can communicate with anyone, even those who are not yet known, as a means of developing skills. Social media user can learn how to adapt socialize with the public. Social media as a medium of communication. Social media users can communicate with users around the world. Social media has a promotional media in doing business. This allows small entrepreneurs to promote their product without spending a lot of money. And negative impact: it's hard to socialize with people around you because they are lazy to learn to communicate in real terms. People who are active in social media, if they meet directly, are actually quiet people and don't hang out much. Social media makes a person only selfish. They become unaware of their environment because they spend a lot of time on the internet. Reduce performance: company employs student who play social media while doing their work will reduce their work time and study time. Cybercrime: this crime is known as a cybercrime. There are many kinds of crimes in the world, such as hacking, cracking, spamming, and other. Okay, from my story, do you have anything to ask?
How about pornography for you on social media?
Pornography, with the information delivery capabilities of the internet, pornography is rampant. Sometimes someone posts one should be their own privacy on social media. This is very dangerous because this post could be used by irresponsible parties. Social media will not be separate from its positive or negative influence. The impact depends on the user himself. Even though adult skin is a period that can be said to be very critical because it has entered a period of searching for the transmission of searching for identity. However, adult skin can also limit themselves with good norms and morals. The formation of character from an early age, including during adult skin, is very important for the future and adults can themselves and more broadly for the future of the nation. Youth as the national successor who have good, strong, and dot character will certainly be able to make this country process. Okay, I'm Hendra. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Well, guys, actually, social media is not dangerous if it is used properly and which is useful. However, most young people today use social media. Information and communication technology has changed rapidly over the last 20 years with major developments in the emergency of social media. The rate of change is accelerating. For example, the development of mobile technology has played an important role in shaping the impact of social media. This social media plays the means to connect anywhere and anytime. The nothing, the notion, the notion of social media itself is a collection of online communication channels dedication to sharing content, input, interaction, and community-based collaboration. The ability to share photos, opinions, events, it has changed the way of life as well as the way you do business. Even product retailers who use social media as an integral part of their marketing strategy can usually see more miserable results. Negative impact of social media. 1. Addiction. Various groups are tipping to study compulsive behavior related to social media use. Social media addiction is a separate and will become a type of internet addiction. Daria Cruz and Mark Griffiths from Nottingham Trent University in the UK announced 43 previous studies on the issue in 2011, and then concluded that social media addiction may require professional treatment and it is a mental health problem. 2. Lack of self-confidence. Now, social media, with its clever filters and lighting and angles, is taking the spotlight. Social media sites leave more than half of users feeling insecure. According to a survey of 2015 within 2015 1500, yes, nanti potong. People by the disability charity scope. Half of people aged 18 to 13 say that social media makes themselves unique attractive. Positive impact of social media. 1. Ensure better engagement. Potong dah. Nanti kamu nanya itu dah. Langsung dah kamu nanya.
From the Hafifah story, do you have anything to ask?
Apart from negative impacts, there are as positive impacts that can be taken from the existence of social media. What are those?
Okay. On any social media, you can find a button called share. Social networking sites give everyone the option to share informative content, articles, or videos with everyone. It helps everyone in the world to reach teachers, judges, and all experts without facing any difficulties. Releasing and releasing potential. Who does not know the famous singer Justin Bieber? But one thing most of you don't know is that singer was first discovered on YouTube. There are many artists, singers, dancers, and other talents emerging who are recognized thanks to this social media. Okay, well, actually, social media is not completely dangerous.
Hi friend, my name is Revin Maulana. This time I will discuss the dangers of social media from teenagers. Social media, or often referred to as SMAN, this can lead to undesirable things if not used properly and correctly. Teenagers today often use social media that is not true. Sometimes they do things that can embarrass themselves. If we use it properly and correctly, maybe social media will not bring negative things. But on the contrary, if we use a badly, social media will bring negative things. Nowadays, Israel you will many children today doing things that are not appropriate. In the era of technology 4.0, which is intense developing, almost all have used the internet and have become a necessity in everyday life. But in social activities, education, business, culture, and soon. This includes social media, which has a high influence on everyone's life. Some were entirely did now understand technology with social media to know. And social media can also change a person attitudes and character. In the community, especially teenagers, social media has become an necessity that cannot be spared from everyday life and has become a lifestyle where teenagers do not have a day without opening social media. Its target does not direct development periods. Adolescents need direction and guidance, but at school and at home because adolescents are still looking for their identity by hanging out while find their out age. The purpose of this study is to determine how much influence social media has had, including what are the effects of social media on adolescents during problem, and then find out some of the effects of social media and adolescents' behavior. This research uses qualitative methods by defining existing facts. System are found on the influence of social media on adolescent behavior in the right file in the context of time and space and the natural environment of adolescence. It suggests when the result of the sex in the form of a complex that styles about phenomena that and live difficult to reveal based quantitative methods and the now requires statistics data policy. The result of the qualitative research that fascinate and in-depth information about the influence of social media on adolescents themselves.
Okay, from the Revin story, do you have anything to ask?
Okay, what is the purpose of the research?
Part of the study in determine how much influence social media has had, including with other effect of social media on other skins during puberty, and then to find out some of the effect of social media on adolescent behavior.
Hey friend, how are you? I hope we are fine. I will tell you about the danger of the social media for teenagers, but I think yes, when we hear the word adolescent, we know that adolescent is a process of transition from childhood to adolescent or adolescent towards adults. There will be a lot of change if we are in adolescence, such as secondary change or primary changes. So, if you want to know more clearly, then I suggest my friend to research for in a Google. Okay, so I won't tell you about change is teens change. I will keep telling about the danger of social media for teens. Social media has become a part of everyday life. Even social media users consist of various groups, including teenagers. Many teenagers are looking for and sharing information on social media. Unfortunately, not a few people get the wrong information and don't use social media obviously. Of course, parents have a supervise these children playing social media because just like adults, social media can also have a bad impact on children, especially teenagers. So there are a lot of bad effects on social media for teenagers, such as anxiety most teenagers experience, pressure to be the perfect thing, upload the best picture, and reply immediately when there is one. Message on social media. In addition, not a few teenagers get negative comments about themselves on social media. This makes them experience anxiety and restlessness, lack of sleep. Social media use can affect adolescent sleep patterns. Then have the urge to wake up in the middle of the night to find out what their friend have uploaded. These behavior are what deprive them of sleep and can ultimately affect mood swings. Moreover, adolescents have unstable emotion. Apart from that, there are other health problems that look like depression and obesity. The truth is that we can be jealous on social media. Many people show that visit of themselves. Very few are willing to show distress on anything else to humiliate them when a person presents himself very well on the internet. It gives the impression that his life is more interesting than other people. Not it, Not it also in feed and feed from other social media. User a number of adults can experience it, but is more prone to adolescents. I know about the impact of social media on teenagers. I am sorry if there are mistakes. Maybe some friends want to ask me.
Rifki, this is, of course, Of course, there are like thumbs up or thumbs in, limits to accept and cancel. How do we avoid being addicted to Rifki social media? Set aside your cell phone and know that social media is not real.
Okay, friend, thank you for question. I close that role of parent in taking care of their children using social media is very less. This has the opportunity for their children to be exposed to the many negative effects. Thank you, Hendra, Revin, and Hafifah for your conversation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.